We're all about safety at the FAA, always have been.
But we can always do more.
Safety is a journey, not a final destination.
By nurturing a positive safety culture within the agency, we'll make the FAA and the aerospace sectors we regulate even safer.
Each one of us can become a safety culture hero. But what is safety culture?
To explain the origins, let's take a quick trip back to the 1980s.
No, not RoboCop or Flash Gordon, but the Chernobyl nuclear plant meltdown in 1986.
In the post-accident analysis, we learned that organizations involved in safety work must have a culture from top to bottom that puts safety first and encourages problem reporting at all levels.
Picture a shield. Each section is important, but when you put each piece together, the entire shield is much stronger and broader than the individual parts. It's the same with the 5 elements of our FAA safety culture.
In a just culture, you can admit to making mistakes. When you get just culture right, management welcomes all news because it provides an unfiltered view of how things are truly operating. Makes sense, right? Without a just culture, it can be a lot more tempting to cover up what's happened and move on. Not good for you, the agency, or the flying public.
A just culture is a foundation for a reporting culture. If you are confident that management has your back, you'll feel free to report an error you've made, as well as any other issues you see or hear about during the course of your work.
With a healthy, just, and reporting culture in action, the FAA can get the data we need to understand our true operational risks. But then what? Well, that's where the other 3 elements come in.
When you have a learning culture, the organization learns from its mistakes, makes corrections to processes and procedures to prevent the same issues from happening again. We learn from mistakes and we improve.
When we practice a flexible culture, our organization can adapt quickly and effectively to changing demands. Think of all the changes we have seen in just the last few years with commercial space, drones, and other new entrants in the NAS. The FAA must be flexible to accommodate all this innovation. So with a flexible culture, we encourage innovation and create conditions where people feel safe to share new ideas and approaches to solve new challenges in a rapidly changing aerospace industry.
When you add the first 4 elements together, just, reporting, learning, and flexible, you have the ingredients to become an informed culture. That's what bonds the cultures together.
When you have an informed culture, the organization collects and analyzes relevant data and actively communicates information back to the workforce. They consider all viewpoints, including dissenting opinions, and come up with the best solutions.
From the most remote airfields in the National Airspace System
To the Administrator's Office in DC,
all of us are critical to the FAA's success.
By each of us taking the safety culture shield to heart, we'll continue to make the national airspace as safe and efficient as it can be. And after all, that's the FAA's mission.